Welcome back everyone to Plays the Beorning. We have finished our little skirmish in Danaglor, and it's time to speak with Quilcron again.
I worried that the Greyhammers would be a problem, but what could I say about it?
Nothing. And now they have gotten themselves, and us as well, into trouble. Autry Greyhammer can tell you more. I saw him last inside the haunted inn, raging at the hearth, there to anyone who would listen. Oh yeah, you really have a wonderful relationship with the Greyhammers. Alright, let's see. What are the Greyhammers up to this time? Hello, what's going on now?
2 of my brothers have up and gone missing in the swamp.
Mindclaw, will you help me? You had better, for that is why you're part of this foolish endeavor, is it not? I would not speak ill of the plans of Bolsey and Broger, but Broin has not had the experience of his uncle or his father, has he not? Not that of the Greyhammers, truth be told. Now, 2 of my brothers have gone missing in the swamp, and the elves know the difference between treacherous ground and solid footing. They have taken care not to tell us which is which. Oh, if they had, yes. Find Rosar and Stigger Greyhammer somewhere on the fens of the Drownholt, and find them quickly. There are watery terrors in that place, and no self-respecting dwarf will be pleased to be stuck in such a vile marsh, with the only help to be had in these Lorien elves. Oh boy, these 2 groups get along famously, don't they? Alright. Well, I guess I need to go out to the Drownholt. I was hoping that our little midnight expedition there would be the only case there, but of course, I've done this enough times to know that is not at all the case. The Drownholt. Actually, Treacherous Lights has got to be one of the least favorite quests, I will say, by a very large percentage. Now, I'm sure, though, that the ones who really detest skirmishes, yes, there are actually some people that do. That said, people would probably say one or all of the skirmish quests are their least favorite ones of the epic storyline. And I'm sure that ones who don't like epic battles will say the same thing about some of the epic battle ones, but I'm sure that there are very, very few people out there who will jump in and support this quest, the Drownholt quest. I'm sure if someone put down a list of top 5 quests to hate, and I'm assuming there we lump the skirmish ones and the epic battle ones together so that they don't automatically get all. Otherwise, someone will put up a list that will include all 5 of them because of that. Now, I'm sure that this quest is going to would find its way very quickly into the top 5 quests to hate of many people. And it starts out with these crazy swamp cats, having to deal with them. But of course, this is not the reason why a lot of people hate this quest. And I must admit, I'm not exactly fond of it myself. So for me, the main thing that bugs me about this quest is running into these swamp cats. Alright, now, let's see. No. I got to find my way around in here. We have this little region here, which I can safely ignore because it is a complete and utter misdirection, and this time it's not a bug in the quest finder, it is an intentional misdirection because that's the entire point of this quest, is misdirection. So therefore, if you don't like being misdirected, you are going to hate this quest. Which is, I suspect, the reason why it is, as I said, one that people just love to complain about. Alright. And of course, I'm not exactly fond of swamps, so that does not help it, I think, in the scale of things to like or hate, which is why you don't see me rushing out to do all the side quests for this area. I did actually some of them, I believe, with a Beorning Keeper. I don't think many of them, but I did at least a few of them. This time I thought, well, it looks like I am level 62 and... how many of these cats are there? The cats are one of those creatures I just don't like being ambushed by, so therefore you see me going after every single one of them, despite the fact I would rather not fight them at all. Alright, now... that one's enough out of the way, I don't have to worry about it. Ah, okay, here is a quest ring. Hello, Steger! Oh, I remember LOTRO. How did I get here? I will return to camp at once. Alright, that's one of them down. Let me make sure where I am at. So that means somewhere in that upper region up there, we will find the other dwarf. Good grief. This is more... I think I have run into more of these swamp cats in this run through than in any other run through, and I'm only halfway through it. So that certainly does not help with the... with one's opinions of this particular one, is when you're running into all these things. Alright, now let's see. We want... alright, where is that dwarf? Marsh Firefly? Oh, here's a dwarf. And this is... no, well... I'll show you this, because this is obviously not the right one, because this is Steger, and so you see it disappears like that, because it's just a trick of the lights, and you're thinking you're seeing the dwarf you want. And that's one of the things that make it painful. Is this plus being in the swamp at the same time are the reasons this is disliked. Now, I'm surprised I haven't seen any of those lights in here, because you would think there would be more of those around if the whole thing about seeing people is a trick of the lights. But, well, let's see, where is the other dwarf? So I know the other dwarf is Rolsar, so I know that if I see a different dwarf, then that's not the one. Ah, here we go. A dwarf is up there. Oh, that's the dwarf. Hey, if this is actually the dwarf, then this would be record time. Nothing like... oh, we'll see. Is this... yeah, Rosar. Hello. What? I don't know what happened, friend. I will return to camp at once. Thank you. Yes, do that. Good riddance. Okay, now let's get out of here. There's a reason for having my milestone at the Haunted Inn, and that is so I could get out of this blasted swamp as fast as possible. In less than 10 minutes I did this quest, which means if you've done it enough times, you can get through it reasonably fast enough, and I'm sure a lot of people who do know it well enough to do that do this as quickly as possible. Alright, now let's talk to Ollie Greyhammer to tell him what is up. The Greyhammer seemed to be, to me, the obstacle, because I don't know of anything that the Greyhammers do useful in the entire book. I know of nothing that the Greyhammers do that is useful. I'm just saying.
This place fills me with uneasiness.
Rosar and Stiger were just here, Pineclaw, and they had the strangest stories to tell. Each of them reported seeing familiar faces among the tangled bushes and briars and heaving voices on the wind. But when they appeared, filled with amazement to see lost friends in such a place, there was no sign of anyone. But lo, further ahead, an encouraging wave and a smile. So this fits why we were seeing fake dwarves on a couple of occasions. And of course, if you remember during our initial trip to the Drown Holt, that's what one of the elves reported. Well, just before he got killed. This place fills me with unease, Pineclaw. Thank you for rescuing my brothers. Without your aid, I fear there will have been too fewer Greyhammers in the world come sundown, if sundown ever truly leaves this grim forest. Beorning is in the cellar. Tell him my brothers are safe and ask him too if the elves have come to an agreement on how to proceed. The sooner we move on from this place, the happier this Greyhammer will be. Well, at least I could agree with the Greyhammers on something. Alright, let's go downstairs and find out what is up. Hello there.
This waiting wears thin. The elves have still not decided which way to go.
Yes! Hello again, Pineclaw! This waiting has already grown to wear on me, and my patience is stretched to begin with. The elves have not yet decided which way to go. Perhaps you can help them decide, if anyone can. Alright.
Someone must take charge, or it will be next winter before we advance a single step.
Next winter? No, it can't be that long before they decide. The death of the elf Radier has made uncertain the fate of this journey, Pineclaw, for none of the elves know by which way he planned to bring us in secret to Dol Guldur. Speak with the elves here in the cellar, and try to decide on a proper course. Someone must step forward and take charge, or it will be next winter before we advance a single step. And who knows what will befall Bori in that meantime. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's speak with some elves. Hello there. Which way do you think we should go?
The enemy would never expect us to take the road through the Scuttledales.
Oh no, I do not know what to do, Pineclaw. I believe Radier thought to approach Dol Guldur by the ways least likely to be watched by the forces of the enemy. But our excursion into the Drown Holt, I have to believe that Radier knew what he was doing, and that he knew the risks. But still, he took us into the Drown Holt. He must have had a good reason. The enemy would never expect us to take the road through the Scuttledales, for that place is a dangerous reputation. That is a path of greatest secrecy, and only through the Scuttledales will we come to Dol Guldur with our prisoner and our presence unannounced. The Scuttledales. Boy, that doesn't sound like a name that gives me warm, fuzzy feelings. Hello there. Which way do you think we should go?
We should head south through the stony reaches of Tower Morveith.
Yes, Radier brought us into the Drown Holt despite the danger for a reason. He must have planned us to take the southmost way to Dol Guldur and to bring us in secret up to the southern base of the rocky spire upon which the fortress stands. We should therefore head south through the stony reaches of Tar Morveith. There is the way that Radier wanted us to go, I'm sure of it. The other members of the company may disagree, but we must at least set out, or his death would have been for naught. Now, based on later things in the book and how things eventually play out, I think that that is the way Radier intended. Now, whether that is the best way for us, of course, is an entirely different reason.
Let us move directly eastward to Dol Guldur by the straightest way.
Yes, we cannot wait here for a revelation that may not come. We will never know the road that Radier intended us to take. No, we must decide, and decide quickly. The quick road will be the safest road. Let us move directly eastward to Dol Guldur by the straightest way. Radier believed our greatest strength was in secrecy, but the dangerous path through the Drownhold cost him his life. Let us be done with secret ways. The straightest course, like the swiftest arrow, is the one that we should take if we wish to avoid a similar fate. So he doesn't care what road Radier wanted to take. He just wants a swift road. And alright, I can see some logic in that after what happened to Radier. So, two of them disagree on the way Radier wanted to go. One decided Radier wanted to go through the secret paths. One is that he intended to go south. And one is, I don't care. I just want to get out of this place. Well, I have a report on which way they wish to go.
Ask 3 elves which way is best to take, and you will receive 3 answers, each different.
Yes, we have little time left to waste. I want you to scout these proposed roads, my accomplished Beorning, and assess the dangers of each. Perhaps that will aid us in our decision. Seek the scouts we sent to the Scuttledells, Imloom, and Tar Morvith, and question them about the dangers that will be encountered. Alright. So let us head out. Head out east and find the way. And we'll determine whether or not any of them is the obvious best route. Perhaps one of them is open, has a sign on it that says, "This is the secret way that nobody knows about." No, of course. I'm sure if there were such a sign, below the second sign after that will be, "No, this isn't a trap. Why would you think such a thing like that?" Right. Actually, that's a level 60. I actually forgot, of course, is to check the level of the quest. This is a level 63 quest, so we really shouldn't be doing this until after we have leveled. So tell you what, I will head back to the inn and we'll do some of the local quests there. In our next episode of Pineleaf Plays of the Beorning.